Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me a diamond in the rough. His name is Sam Flowers. He's a wide receiver out of Northern Colorado. How's your day going, buddy?
It's going pretty good. Just taking a day at a time, just living by the moment.
Gotcha. So, I mean, obviously, it's been kind of an interesting journey for you. I mean, most recently, playing at the FCS Bowl, and then obviously heading to the Tropical Bowl here soon. But before we talk any more about that, just kind of give us a little brief background of your history, if you don't mind.
All right. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. Went to Miami Southwest High School, where I graduated from. Played there, and then ended up going to junior college. Went to Cgs College in Weed, California, and then graduated there. Then transferred to Golden West College in Huntington Beach. Played a season there in my junior college career, and from there I transferred to Ventura College, where I finished my junior college career. Had a successful career at Ventura College, and got a Division I scholarship at the FCS level with Northern Colorado. And yes, sir.
Gotcha. So, I mean, obviously having a very interesting journey. I mean, not everybody goes that journey. It's a very rough and rocky road, quite literally. You're out there right now in the Rockies. So, I mean, playing at Northern Colorado. But uh, tell me just briefly about this JUCO journey. I mean, I know it's not for the faint of heart. I know it really takes a whole lot of heart and grit to get through all of that.
Yeah.
Chat with me just a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, the junior college road was not easy. Had to, battle like, paying tuition, out of pocket because California junior colleges don't offer scholarships. So it's a little, hassle. So I had to get a job. I worked at McDonald's, and I also worked at Wendy's during my time there. Um, and also finding a living situation was pretty hard. So, living with, eight guys to a two bedroom, one bath apartment was kind of rough. Um, but it really came down to, the love of the game. How much do I love football, how much I'm willing to, risk, take risks and bet on myself. So it came down to that, and just grinding it out and taking a day at a time, you know, and learning patience and, gaining knowledge, real world knowledge that some players and athletes don't occur during their college career until they done with football. So it was a pretty long journey, but I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, I mean, definitely when you go that route, having these real world problems, certainly, having to, fend for yourself and deal with these things, definitely going through a whole lot of adversity there. So,
Yes,
and
sir.
obviously those sorts of things really, help build a person's character, and prove obviously that you're willing to more or less do anything to get, to get where you want to be. So,
Yes, sir.
um, let's talk about you as a prospect. I mean, obviously you're a wide receiver. So tell me a bit about you and your game. Where might we find you there as a wide receiver? Like, are you on the outside? Are you on the inside? Are you playing special teams or what?
Um, I'm all around. I play X, Y, Z, and G. The whole system and the pro style system. So I'm able to be mobile and move around. That piece that you can move around. I also play kick return and punt return. So um, that's another you know thing I'm able to do, and what makes me stand out from other players. That I'm able to play special teams and create big explosive plays when they're needed.
Gotcha. So, I don't know if you've ever actually sat down and thought about this, but I mean, are there players at the next level that you're trying to emulate? That you're trying to, be a little bit more like them? I mean, or if not, who are you like a fan of that's at the next level?
I'm a fan of Stephon Diggs and Jarvis Landry, just because they play with grit. They don't give up, and plus they also went late in the draft, so they had to prove themselves. You know, not being considered one of the top receivers coming out, and now they are arguably in the top five. You know, receiver list, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, definitely talk about guys like Diggs, guys like Landry. I don't know what it is. To me, like whenever I think of Jarvis Landry, I think of this one guy who's always in your face, almost playing angry like, I don't know if you remember like how Steve Smith was like back in his
yeah,
day. I mean, except I want to say Jarvis Landry, a little bit bigger of a dude. So you don't want to get in his way because he'll fight you for real. So um, well, obviously I briefly mentioned there at the top that you had the opportunity to showcase your talent at the FCS Bowl, and then
yes,
you
sir.
ended up getting that invite out to the Tropical Bowl.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
to me a little bit about those experiences, if you don't mind.
That was a great experience, a great opportunity that I was blessed with. So like, my goal was to go out there, just prove myself, and just show the scouts and everybody that I can play coming from a FCS school and a small school at that. Just trying to prove myself and earn opportunities. Because nothing is given. So my goal was just to go out there and earn it. Do my best and just stay prayed up, and everything fell into place. Um, how I vision it, and I'm grateful and thankful for you know each and every opportunity that I do receive.
Gotcha. So I want to say you have it, what, about a week before the Tropical Bowl week starts, right?
Yes, sir. I do have the CGS Bowl Showcase a week before, so I'll be heading there next week actually, to Fort Worth, Texas, and then heading from Texas to Florida to the Tropical Bowl. So it's gonna
Gotcha.
be
So
a
you're a
busy 2.
busy dude, man. You're all over the place right now, trying to, get in front of as many people as you possibly can. So definitely admire you for your dedication to try and get your name out there as best you can.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, obviously, us doing this interview, for you is going to help as well. So, Sam, I want you to kind of share with me a little bit about like I don't know, let's just talk about the daily grind. I mean, obviously you got to get in there, you got to get into the film room, get into the weight room, got to better yourself as much as you can so that you can, really put that into practice, on the field. So let's first just kind of chat about the film room, man. Like, what are you looking at when you're breaking down opponents?
I'm looking at tendencies, coverage recognition, knowing when it's cover two, cover three, cover four, knowing pre-snap and post-snap reads from the receiver position, depending on where I'm at on the field. That's how I base my route off each coverage pertaining to that, and just looking at the defensive back and safety nickel back tendencies, if they're a presser, they're more a skater, things like that in that nature. Just look for all around things that I can better my game and understand it, have that football IQ to be very productive and achieve the goals that the coaches want me to do.
Gotcha. And what about the weight room? I mean, obviously you're not that big of a dude, but I mean, you got to get in there and do your job. So I mean,
Yeah.
how have you really gotten into the weight room and and how does that help you on the field? And even if you want to share like your favorite lift, so kind of give us a little bit of an insight as to you and the weight room.
So the weight room wise, I pretty much work on everything, more single leg, single leg lifts, um, pertaining to upper body lifts, more dumbbells, bench wise. But my max with squat is sitting at 445 with my max, but max of 3. not in one. So that's how they max out our squad and send that bench at a 315 one max bench. So I would say I'm pretty strong, but I always, there's always room for improvement. So I chase the improvement side and chase that, I chase that taste.
Gotcha. And again, just to kind of help clarify, I mean, you had mentioned 315-pound max bench, and again, for a guy who's about 190 pounds, I mean, that's pretty good. So
Yeah.
obviously not worrying about your upper body strength so much. So obviously, you get a guy with a lot of upper body strength, can battle guys at the line of scrimmage, and hopefully that also plays out on special teams as well. So.
Yes.
Sam, what do you feel has been like the biggest highlight of your career or most memorable moment?
My best. It would be when I was at Ventura with Coach Mushagan, Steve Mushagan. Um, he believed in me and gave me the opportunity to prove myself, and you know, it was like a experience that I can never really forget. Coming from JUCO is just hard. So letting him, like him having to believe in me and trusting me to get the job done was unreal, and I did that, and I'm grateful and thankful for him, because I wouldn't be in the position I am right now if he would never gave me the opportunity to showcase my talent. And so I would say that would be like the highlight of, my journey is being a JUCO product and being able to, you know, get a shot and opportunity to get out of JUCO because a lot of kids don't get that opportunity, So
You
yeah.
were talking there just a little bit about the coaches there at Ventura. What do you feel has been the best lesson that you've ever learned from a coach, whether it be at one of the two JUCOs back in high school or even there at Northern Colorado?
Um Live in the moment. Like control what you can control. One play, one day, at a time. Don't try to force anything. Just let it come to you naturally, And if it's for you, it's for you, you know. So, just learning how to be patient and able to stay focused and just when adversity hit, are you able to bounce back from like minor setbacks? So I learned a lot throughout the years from high school, junior college in Northern Colorado. It gave me you know, it built my mindset. So, yes, sir.
Sure, and obviously, kind of along those same lines. I mean, you've had this long journey. What sort of advice would you give yourself if you had the opportunity to maybe give your younger self maybe a heads up as to what to expect and how to get himself through his collegiate journey?
Um, I think for me, I wouldn't really change anything. I wouldn't. I feel like the advice that I did get was perfect. Everything was lined up where it's supposed to be. Like I feel like everything happens for a reason. So like I wouldn't give myself any advice. I feel like my old self, the younger self, did exactly what he was supposed to do. And never give up. So
Gotcha. So again, probably just telling yourself, just keep fighting, never get up, you'll make it, that sort of thing. Obviously, is probably what you ended up telling yourself. Um,
yeah.
so let's get a chance to know who Sam Flowers is outside of this game of football. So tell me something about yourself, something interesting, something unique, something fun, hobbies, interests, or what have you. So give us a little something if you don't mind.
All right. I love playing pool. I'm a great pool player. So if you want to play pool, we can get a game. And I also love hiking. It's pretty smooth, just to look at nature. I've been hiking a couple times, so I enjoyed it. And I also been camping one time, but I don't think I'll do that again. It's just I'm not built for that lifestyle.
Did you have a bad experience camping one time or something? You get attacked by
No,
like, a
it was
mountain
just
lion or something?
it was just so cold. In the mountains out here, it's so cold. And I was not prepared. Clothing, I was not prepared. You know, it was my first time, so I was just excited just to be out there. Um, but yeah, I don't think I'll do it again. I
That
think like once in a lifetime for me.
It's all right. Again, a guy whose hometown is actually in Miami, Florida. So, tell me something about your hometown, man. I mean, obviously, I don't know if you've been there, too much lately, but I mean, tell me something about your hometown. Like, if I were to come to Miami, what would we have to do? Where would we have to go?
Well, you see, you come to Miami first. I'll take you to get some ribs, some good, cooking, just so you can feel homey,
Hell
you know.
yeah.
Just so you can feel homey, show you a couple food spots, that you can always, come back to once you're in town, and just show you the beach, um, show you all of that. It's very unique out there, very diverse, um, so you will love it. It's something that I grew up in. Um, not necessarily like grew up in like, the pretty side, but just going to the pretty side of South Beach and Miami Beach um was fun. So yeah.
Gotcha. And as we start to close out our interview, I try my best to ask guys this question as often as I can, and it's really just the why question. When I say why, I mean it's more so, why do you play this game of football, and who or what motivates you the most?
Okay. Why? My why is family, my mom, just watching her struggle, working jobs, late nights, getting off late. That's my why, because we had a lot of loss throughout the years. So it's pretty much trying to help keep the family together, and show them that even though hard times happens, I'm still able to keep, stay level headed and show them that you can still fight, never give up and keep believing. So that's my why, just my family, and making sure they able to, be well off.
Gotcha. And very lastly, I want you to, look at that camera, and I want you to address all the scouts out there that have already seen you or might be seeing you here soon, whether at the CGS or Tropical Bowl. I want you to look at them, and I want you to tell them why they need to take a chance on you, draft you, sign you, bring you, into their franchise, and pay you the big bucks, man. So go ahead and hit them with your pitch.
Right. You should draft me because I'm a hard worker. I never give up. I create opportunities. Um, I make sure I, get the job done. Real gritty. You know, I'm a leader, so I can help everybody around me play to a high elite level. Um, so and I'm very reliable when it comes to position wise on the field, and the coverage recognition and pro style offense that I did play with Max McCaffrey and Ed McCaffrey. I feel like that will put me at a different level of interest pertaining to each and every athlete. So I'm here and I'm ready.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously, you get a guy who is very gritty, like you said, and is willing to go through this, adversity and really come out on top. So, I mean, obviously, had a lot of struggles that you've been through, and you're really fighting and clawing right now. I mean, you're putting yourself out there in front of as many scouts as possible. So, I feel like maybe perhaps one of those guys is going to give you that opportunity. So, do wish you best of luck moving forward. All right, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure. Again, I have with me Sam Flowers. He's a wide receiver out of Northern Colorado. Definitely check him out.
Yes, sir.